5 years ago, launching an online course meant weeks of scripting, expensive camera gear, and endless video editing. Today, artificial intelligence can generate an entire curriculum and present it through a photorealistic avatar in a single afternoon. The e-learning market is rapidly expanding, with projections pushing it toward $1 trillion valuation. But as the market swells, the barrier to entering it has completely vanished. Anyone with an internet connection can now manufacture a digital educational product. Look at this timeline charting the last decade of digital products. The line tracking the cost and time to create a course drops towards zero by 2024. But notice the second line. As production costs hit bottom, the difficulty of acquiring a customer spikes. This intersection forces modern creators into a stark choice between two entirely different operating models: scaling through sheer volume and automation, or scaling through high-touch leverage and authority. The volume path treats courses as commodities. You use AI to mass-produce content quickly, upload it to established marketplaces, and rely on their organic search algorithms to find buyers. The leverage path requires building your own sales infrastructure. You design targeted funnels, pay for your own traffic, and use rigorous sales psychology to close deals at premium prices. Generative tools have streamlined the mechanics of manufacturing a course, but they haven't addressed the conversion gap, which means the scaling model you select determines whether you are selling a commodity or a high-margin asset. We can evaluate the real-world trade-offs of these two philosophies by tracking them across 4 operational phases, starting here with product creation. On the AI side, the input is mostly prompting. You feed topic parameters into ChatGPT to generate a modular script, then port that text into a video generator like HeyGen, where a digital avatar reads it. The result is a fully structured 10-module video course, exported and ready to sell in 48 hours without you ever turning on a camera. You gain speed, but you lose the signal of proprietary effort. When a prospect sees a generic AI avatar, they recognize it as a mass-produced asset rather than a unique transmission of expertise. This makes it difficult to justify a premium price point when the product feels identical to 1,000 others. That pricing limitation directly impacts the second phase, traffic generation. AI-generated volume plays well on existing marketplaces like Udemy. You upload the course, and the platform surfaces it to their existing user base. You pay nothing for ads, carrying zero upfront financial risk. The traditional authority model operates independently. You build dedicated landing pages using software like ClickFunnels, and you purchase your own targeted ad traffic to drive potential buyers directly to your offer. The marketplace shields you from risk, but they keep a large cut of your sales, and they own the customer data. Funnels force you to risk your own capital and manage the technical setup, but you retain full control of the data and keep every dollar of the transaction. Renting space on a marketplace offers ease. Owning your own funnel provides the mathematical leverage to outspend your competitors on acquisition, keeping your business insulated from platform algorithm changes. How do you acquire a customer leads directly into the third phase, maximizing revenue immediately after they enter your ecosystem. If you're selling a low-priced course on a volume marketplace, your revenue expansion comes from affiliate stacking. If you teach an Airbnb course, you embed affiliate links for dynamic pricing software like PriceLabs directly inside the homework modules. In a traditional funnel, you maximize revenue through direct upsells. Before the customer even finishes checking out, you offer them a proprietary, high-margin service, like a personal consultation or an advanced template pack. Affiliate links generate recurring revenue streams in the background over time. Direct upsells instantly multiply your average cart value on day 1. Affiliate revenue leaves you entirely dependent on a third-party company's product quality and commission structure. Upsells let you keep total profit, but they force you to actively fulfill those extra services yourself. The initial sale of a course rarely generates pure profit. It usually just covers the cost of acquiring the customer. Real wealth in digital products is built entirely on the architecture of your back-end revenue. This brings us to this matrix's final row, where we move away from software and entirely into human psychology, sales conversion. The volume path relies on passive conversions. You optimize your title and description for search engines, and people buy without ever speaking to you. You can handle a high volume of customers this way, but only a tiny fraction of browsers will actually purchase. The traditional path relies on active, logic-driven conversations. Selling a high-ticket product requires directly confronting a prospect's deep-seated anxieties about time, money, and their own ability to succeed. As the investor Charlie Munger noted, we have a high moral responsibility to be rational. In high-ticket sales, you are forcing the prospect to rationally evaluate their own excuses. This approach maps directly to the physicist Richard Feynman's insistence to understand, don't memorize. You aren't memorizing closing scripts. You are understanding the principles of how people distort their own realities to avoid making hard choices. The most effective framework for this is approaching objections with a childlike curiosity. When a prospect raises a defense, you don't fight them. You respond with genuine, non-combative inquiry. If they say they don't have time, you don't argue. You ask them to logically explain how waiting for a less busy season will prepare them to handle the work when life inevitably gets chaotic again. You help them dismantle their own hesitation. This framework converts at remarkably high percentages and creates heavily invested customers, but it demands immense personal energy, a high tolerance for rejection, and cannot be automated by software. An artificial intelligence can generate text and simulate the appearance of a teacher. It cannot simulate the deep, empathetic friction required to help a human being decide to abandon an old identity and commit to a new one. There is no single correct way to build a digital product business. There is only the correct strategy for your specific operational constraints. Consider the first archetype, the volume hustler. You have low upfront capital, you operate in a broad consumer niche, and you want to avoid direct sales calls entirely. If this is you, embrace the automation model. Generate your curriculum rapidly. Use HeyGen to create the video assets. Host the final product on Udemy to capture risk-free organic traffic, and strictly monetize the backend through affiliate link stacking. But you must accept the terms of this deal. Your product will be highly commoditized, your pricing power will be weak, and razor-thin margins are the permanent cost of your automation. The second archetype is the domain expert. You possess a proven high-value skill and want to build a high-margin business rooted in deep customer relationships. Your path is traditional leverage. Reject the AI avatars. Build a custom funnel. Purchase your own front-end traffic to maintain control, and master the childlike curiosity framework to close premium, logic-driven deals. The cost of this path is the friction itself. You have to endure the emotional labor of selling, manage the technical overhead of your landing pages, and risk your own capital on ad spend to maintain your authority. Software and automation are tools for manufacturing digital products, but when it comes time to actually sell them, human leverage and strategic friction remain the only reliable ways to build lasting wealth.